on how to use it, and that is expected. But we will type this all out for you, and you'll be able to access the video and the information as well. And what you guys see on the screen right now is exactly what you'll have a copy of. Alrighty. I'm done, I think.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, as Ms. Hoff mentioned before, there's going to be a daily routine for you guys to follow. I'm sure some of you have already noticed that already. Whenever we start a new section of a lesson, so say it's 8-1 or 8-2 or 8-3, whatever, there is going to be a big idea screencast that will be labeled with the appropriate chapter number and section number. Please watch that, because we do kind of go over the main points of the lesson, and we do include extra explanations of things that you may not understand or you may have trouble with. And then after you watch the screencast, depending on which class you're in, whether it's an 01 class or an 02 class, you're going to have a different activity to do. We mentioned this before. If you're in an 01 class, you may have to read.
And most of the time, that's going to be a form. Again, I've never had a Google Classroom before, so this is a major learning curve for me. And this is one of those times where the student becomes the teacher, and Ms. Hoff, who was in my class once upon a time, is now explaining to me what I need to do to make this Google Classroom work. One of the biggest things that I'm finding is how much spelling and capitalization matters. Because you can have a right answer, but if you don't spell it correctly, or if you capitalize something, like this happened with the word precedent, you capitalize it when it's not supposed to have it, marks it wrong. So it is super, super important for you to copy every answer down exactly as it is typed, because that's the way we put the answer into the form. Okay, now, as we already kind of hit on, notes and the vocabulary is going to be the last thing that you're going to do before you put that lesson away. You're going to read them. Ms. Hoff said, if you want to, you don't have to, but I think it would be in your best interest, totally save a copy and keep it in that folder. And while our notes might be different, Mr. Tiska does a different kind of note than I do, we all still do notes. Here's one of those situations where everybody's writing to me and saying, where do I turn in my rewritten notes? Again, do not rewrite the notes. You're simply reading what we have given to you, just as a final button everything up kind of activity.
And if I could jump in real quick, for my classes with our notes, we usually do fill-ins. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I've done for you is I've posted the notes for Chapter 7 with the correct answers already. So I just want you to look through them. Don't worry about filling anything in as far as those are concerned.
Yeah, and I post them just like the ones that you saw that I showed you from Mrs. Kraft's class. So the same thing. You guys should, it really is in your best interest to make a copy of them and keep them in your notes so that you have them.
Okay. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about is the brand new exit ticket. We had started to do a do now as a way to take attendance, but the whole district has moved to an exit ticket, and that's how we're going to be keeping track of your attendance. And Ms. Hoff's going to explain exactly what's involved in taking care of that and the ramifications if you don't.
So the last thing that you are going to complete is the exit ticket. It'll be in the daily attendance form topic of Google Classroom. So in Google Classroom, we've broke it down to topics. So I can just pull that up for you just so you have a refresher of what that looks like. And you have daily assignments, which is the most recent things that are posted. Right now, you guys can see Chapter 7, where all of your notes and your vocab and your textbook are. Some of you may have an achieve topic, do nows, and then daily attendance form. In here is going to say exit ticket attendance. Every day, you need to make sure that you go in and you fill out that exit form when you're finished with all of your work, because the questions that many of you saw on it will always be the same. how did you do today? Did you complete all of your work? Did you have any questions for anything? And how long did you take on it? So you need to be doing that every day within about 24 hours of us posting it. So your attendance will be recorded on course every day for the remainder of the time that we're going to be learning virtually. It's important that you answer this exit ticket form in the daily attendance form section every day before 9 a.m. the following day. So if today is the 19th of March, I need to make sure that that's finished by 9 a.m. on the 20th to count for attendance for the 19th. So we're going to be checking it the next day to give you guys ample time to complete your work. But you really need to make sure that you complete it within those 24 hours because you will be marked as absent. One of the things that I suggest is as soon as you're done with your work, and I think we all can agree on this, just fill out the exit ticket and you're done. Your history is checked off for the day.
Now, if you're filling out an exit ticket before you're done, I had a lot of students today write down, did you finish your work? And they wrote no. You really should be doing the exit ticket after you're done. If you haven't been able to finish your work, where it says, do you have any questions? You should leave us a note explaining why your work was not completed for the day.
And now we can see your work. So if you have questions, we can even go in and answer your questions right in your folder. So that's a good habit to get into, and doing that as your last step. And then you're done with history for the day and you can move on out of our class and exit our classroom. Like I said, you will be recorded and marked as absent. Make sure you're also selecting the correct date. So there's a little calendar that pops up with the correct date. Just look at your phone if you need to. It says the date right on there, and make sure you click the right date. The district is requiring that you log on and interact with each of your classes during this time. So make sure that you're just going in and doing something in class. If you finish some of your work, please let us know why, and we'll all be willing to help you out with whatever you need. And here listed is the actions that we do have to take if you're not logging in. So you're going to get an email, then your parents are going to get an email, and then you're going to get a call from us, and then we're going to have to let administration know as well.
So let's not get to that point. Some of you guys are active one day, but then not active the next day. It's just like going to school, except it's you can do it in your pajamas. So there's no reason not to get your work done. If there is a reason where there's a technology issue, I know that Dr. Labby has sent out a survey, and if you're having any kind of issue with it, you need to have your family get in touch with Dr. Labby, because then he can see if he can't help make this an easier experience for you. And in that same vein, before I turn it back over to Mr. Tiska and Ms. Hoff, if you are looking for any kind of more information on lunch, I know that they're doing drop-offs. You can pick up lunch. And again, all of that information should be coming to your parents in an email. So if you have any issues you need some help with, or if you can't figure out who to email at school, you can always write to us and we can get the name of the person so that we can hook you up. Mr. Tiska?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as Mrs. Kraft is saying, nothing has really changed. You know, you're still expected to log into each of your classes, just like if you were at school. You're expected to go to each of your classes. Now, if there is some sort of issue that's preventing you from logging on virtually, just reach out to us or somebody within the district and let us know what's going on so that we can help you. Because if you do not attend our classes virtually, then we do have to take those actions that Mrs. Hoff listed, and we sincerely hope that it doesn't get to the point where we do have to involve administration. So help us and help yourself attend the classes virtually.
Ms. Hoff, anything else that you're thinking of?
I think that's it, and we will be here if you have any more questions.
Okay, there's one more thing we're going to try tomorrow. At 1 p.m., we're going to try to do...
Well, today, because you're seeing this today.
Sorry,
so today.
never mind. It's going to be today today's Friday. So we're going to be doing a live Google Meet Hangout. And I sound like I know what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And what we'll do is we will stream an invitation to you, and hopefully it'll work.
And we can review together with 3 teachers.
And the great thing, and we were talking about this the other day, guys, is the fact that you now have 3 history teachers who are working together to help you through this. So definitely take advantage of that as much as possible.
All right, we missed you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. We missed you. Stay safe.
Bye.
Miss Hoff has to turn it off now.